What's going on, everybody? This is not my typical backdrop. Usually I'm sitting in my car when I make these videos. Usually I'm sitting at my studio when I make these videos. And right now I'm sitting on my uncle's couch. Now I'm just going to address where I've been over the past maybe 2 years. All this shit started in 2024. I had daily uploads. Everything was fine. My family was getting together. Like, we were making right, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. We weren't on the worst of terms. And then my birthday comes around. I turned 24. For my birthday, I didn't want to do anything. I never celebrate any holidays. I don't celebrate my birthday. I don't celebrate anything. The only thing that makes me happy is working. If I'm not working on videos, if I'm not working on some media stuff, if I'm not doing any type of audio, whatever, really that's my passion in life, is to do short film. Not even short films. I've been trying to get on a Hollywood production set for the past fucking forever. Yeah, that's really what I want to do. Really my dream job would probably be to work for an NFL team's media team. Basically where it all went left was I went down to the beach to go see a palm tree for my birthday, because at this point in time, I hadn't celebrated my birthday since I was 20, because I was dating my ex when I was 21. That's when we broke up. I was 20 when we met, and I remember I went to a steakhouse with her and her mom, and that was amazing. That was really good. Shout out to Em. If you're seeing this, Em, I miss you. I see you on the internet. I'm happy for you. I know we haven't talked in a while. Last time we talked, it wasn't the best, but I'm happy for you. I'm really proud of you too. Yeah, so a few years go by. My birthday was just a regular Tuesday, and I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate any holidays. I don't do Easter. I don't do any of that. I had been just grinding 3 years straight, no breaks at all, no time for myself. So I live in Virginia, so I was thinking, I'm just gonna go down to Virginia Beach and see a palm tree, and then I'm just gonna come back up, maybe get a hotel room, probably just stay in my car. I like the beach when it's cold. I like wearing hoodies on the beach. I love it when that gust of cold wind coming in from the ocean. Springtime beach vibes. I like those. I don't like the beach when it's hot. I don't really like the beach at all, really. The only thing that would have made me happy on my 24th birthday would be to go down and see a palm tree. And also, I was doing my photography then too. I was really into building my portfolio back then. So I went to go see the palm tree. I got to Virginia Beach and I took one look around and was like, wow, this place is very ghetto. I do not want to get shot or robbed. So I naturally just kept going south. And I had a friend. We're not friends anymore. I'll get to that in a second. But I had this one friend who lived in Charlotte. So I'm going down. My birthday is April 4th. So on April 3rd, I ended up staying with him in Charlotte. I got to see the city a little bit. I just kind of stayed with him the night. And then I continued to go down, and I was thinking Myrtle Beach because my mom has a house out there. So I was like, all right. I mean, it can't be that bad, right? Myrtle Beach is more ghetto than Virginia Beach. So basically, if you live in America from New York all the way down to, I want to say, Fort Lauderdale, is the ghetto. There's a little bit of a grace period in Northern Virginia, and then the rest is just trench shit. And then you get to Fort Lauderdale. So I just kept going. And then on my birthday, I woke up on South Beach. As fate would have it, I woke up on South Beach on my birthday. And I still wasn't happy. Now, the reason why I did that was because I was just saving money to move to LA. But I was talking to this girl. She was living in Miami at the time. I'm not going to out her or her business, but she was living at Miami at the time. We were doing a long distance type of thing. And then out of nowhere, she just moved to LA. And I was thinking, well, that sucks because I don't want her to think I'm stalking her. If she moved to LA a month before I'm going, who am I to just up and move to LA and follow her? You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I don't want her to, let's say I do make it out to LA and she's out there. She's going to be like, wow, look at this stalker little asshole. So fuck that. So I just kept going south and I ended up in Miami. I was only there for a couple hours. I met this dude. He was a photographer and he was getting clients, bro. I met him on a photography shoot. So he showed me his Forex. He showed me all this other stuff. And he was like, dude, there is money here. You clearly know how to work hard. You clearly know how to stay away from shit. You know exactly the vibes that all of us young people are doing, all of us bag chasers are doing. Come down here, you will better your life. If you know how to work hard, which clearly you do, you will better your life if you move to Miami. You should do this. And I told him, I was like, you're absolutely right. So immediately I hopped in my car, came back home, and I started looking for one bedrooms. I get back down there. I brought my friend with me because I wanted a roommate. Me and him still work together. I ended up going broke. Abe left me about halfway through the month. No offense to him. It's not like I'm dissing him or anything. He just had responsibilities. He has a dog up here. He has a family that loves him. He has a bunch of motion up here that he just needed to attend to. So I don't blame him at all for leaving. I don't blame him at all. because like I said, it was my idea to move down there. So I moved down there. I lock in a couple clients, but the money's just not there. And I'm only making like $2,400 a week. You need a lot of money to hang down in Miami. So I go broke. And I'm thinking, well, I didn't do all of this just for nothing. I'm going to go out west, see what LA is, see if I can actually make something of my life. I go out there because let's be so real about it too. It's not like I was just pursuing videography either. I went out there and I was looking for jobs at Publix. I was applying at Party Cities. I was applying at Targets. I was applying at Walmarts. Anywhere that you could imagine. Anywhere with a for sale or anywhere with a hiring sign, I was in there. Even if they didn't have a hiring sign, I was in there. I was applying at Home Depot, Lowe's, everything. Every single thing that you can imagine I was applying to. You will get priced out. They do not fuck with the broke people down there. So I end up going broke. I'm living in my car for a little bit. I go out to LA. I look for a manager and I just get told, take my toy camera and go home. Now my stubborn ass is like, well, what if I just go to Seattle instead? So I try Seattle. I go broke up there too. I ended up getting scammed out of like $1,100 on some lease. All I wanted was a 1-bedroom, bro. I wanted to finish school too, and I got to tour the city of Seattle. It was an amazing city. I love that city. I want to go back there so bad. But I fell in love with the University of Washington. I fell in love with the layout of the city. I fell in love with the vibe of the city. I found this one place right by the university, but it wasn't just in the university. It was like by like the residential area too, where I could actually get a job and work. I ended up working at UPS for a little bit out there, just trying to make things work. I was making $80 a week, and I was still going broke. Nothing was going my way. So eventually I just had to cut my losses. So I cut my losses. I'm back at my home. Then I get an opportunity where I was able to go pitch my portfolio, my photography portfolio that I ended up building up over this time. I ended up being able to, obviously I had my camera with me. When I was in Miami for about 2 months, I got so much done. As far as my videography portfolio and my photography portfolio, I ended up doing things like filming for F1. I ended up doing things like shooting Paganis. Like I shot a 1 of 3 Pagani. I shot a Bugatti. I met this one dude. I was working with some dude who's in the industry heavily. Things were amazing, at least on paper. The money just wasn't there. And it felt like I was chasing something that would never come around. So I just had to go home. And I ended up going home. And then I followed this lead where I ended up pitching my portfolio that I spent all that time building up. I ended up spending some time and pitching it at Macy's corporate up in New York in Times Square. Now this is where things go left. I am driving up to Times Square. I'm about to cross over into the city. I'm going through Jersey right now and I just get a text on my phone and it's some dude and he says, "Hey, my name is Adrian and I'm your dad." Now, if you guys follow my channel, you guys know like my parents' situation is kind of iffy. Like I said, my grandparents are my parents. They adopted me. My mom and I, we're pretty good. I've never met my dad though. And this dude just calls me and he goes, "Hey, I'm your dad," basically trying to start a relationship with me. And obviously, if you guys know me, you know I'm not going for that shit. I don't trust anybody. I'm not, what the fuck do I look like? Does it look like, even if he was my dad, does it really look like I have the time to just stop everything to go meet this dude? I don't. I never will. So I don't even humor him. If we rewind a little bit, I made a video about this back in November of 2023. I got a text saying the same thing and I just ignored it. I just completely ignored it. I just didn't reply. And for whatever reason, I felt on top of the world because I'm like, I'm pitching at Macy's today. I'm going to tell this dude to go fuck himself. So basically, I told him, I said, if you're not buying any of my prints, if you're not buying any video services, if you don't need any advertising, please respectfully leave me alone. And he didn't. Now, I don't believe in coincidences. So after I pitched, I get back in my car and I start going. And then all of a sudden my car dies, which is weird. It dies right on the middle of the highway. And then it gets stolen. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. This is very weird. My grandmother at this, like the same day that this is going on, my grandmother / mom is in surgery right now. My grandmother is in the hospital as this is going on. Like I said, I don't believe in coincidences. Now, the only option that I have, because my mother, she is with her. My aunt and my uncle, they have kids. They're doing their own thing. I am the only one right now, and my car is gone. I am stuck in the middle of Yonkers. And I just, out of nowhere, I hit this dude up and I say, "Hey, dude, you said you're my dad. You haven't paid a dime of child support. Can you run me like $300 so I can get home?" He was not going for that. He just wasn't going for that. He wasn't going to give me money. He wasn't going to do anything to actually help me. But what he did do was he got me a $50 bus ticket to go see him in the middle of Minnesota. At this point in time, I'm like, well, what a layover. Fuck it. So I go over there and I pick up this job as an independent contractor for drywalling. And the only thing on my mind is make as much money as humanly possible to get home. And I did that. I made as much money as humanly possible. I escaped that situation, and I'm gonna say escaped because really, that could have just been some random dude. He really could have just been some random dude who pulled me out there and tried to kidnap me, and it almost worked. I go out there, I work hard, I get my money together, and then I come back home. Now, I think everything's fine. It took me fucking forever. I remember the day that I came home, my mom hugged me, and I just burst out into tears in the garage. At this point, I'm like, okay, everything's fine. All that's over with. I'm just gonna get a job, start working at Safeway, and I just start stacking money. And like I said, I fell in love with Seattle, so I'm just trying to make enough money to go buy a home. Now, I get a text from that kid in Charlotte, and he goes, hey man, I just dropped out of school. I need a roommate. The university's kicking me out of university housing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? You were nice to me in college. You were good to me on my birthday last year. It's not Seattle, but it could be a good stepping stone, and it's close to Miami. So that's good for me. So in my head, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sign on to be this guy's roommate, and I'm just going to turn my room into a little studio, and I'll just fly back and forth between here and DC. That's where my head is at. I do that, and immediately things just start going left. This dude has me sleeping on the floor of Airbnbs. We're living out of trap houses. We're living out of wherever the fuck. And I'm like, bro, I've already been through this. I don't have to do this shit. And I end up going home and then coming back down because I took a job as a manager at Wingstop. So I go up back home and then I get a call and he's like, hey dude, if you don't get back down here right now, you're gonna lose your job. Now, I got this job through a guy that I met through this kid. Fast forward like a month, turns out the whole thing was a setup. This dude just wanted to steal my studio equipment. This dude just wanted to steal all my shit. I found out that he was Googling the lock that I put on my door so that he could try and break in. I have cameras of him trying to break shit in. I have so much evidence that this dude tried to steal my identity, tried to rob me, all this other crap. And like I said, I don't believe in coincidences. Now, like I said, that one dude who said he was my dad lives out in Minnesota, which is a hot spot for fraud, identity theft. What else? Any type of financial and cyber crimes. It's just a hot spot for that. So I feel like there's just some kind of setup going on here, and I don't know what it is. And that's why my uploads haven't been daily. That's why I haven't been uploading every week. Now I'm at a position where I'm couch hopping on my aunt's couch. They gave me a guest room. My grandma thinks this is all my fault because now I'm $60,000 in debt to JP Morgan. This dude that's claiming to be my dad won't stop stalking me. This kid, Jake, down in Charlotte, he just keeps trying to steal my identity. Like, my wallet gets stolen every time I get a new ID. I don't know what the fuck that's about. I just don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. So now I'm making this video to let you guys know what's going on. I need to replace a car. I need to figure out how I can get my parents to love me again so that I can go home. I need to just figure everything out, and that's the reason why all of this is happening. As far as the gym content and as far as the editing streams and everything, I'm going to keep those up as best as I can, but right now, I just need to figure out how I'm going to deal with this because I've already had to file lawsuits. I've already had to file restraining orders. I've already had to file police reports on all of these people involved, and I'm seeing nothing. I'm seeing no results. It's been so long since I've actually had my shit together, and every time I take one step to getting it together, something somehow just fucks up, and I don't know what to do about it. I just need to go home. I don't know. It just sucks. It's just another case of I put my faith in the wrong people. I don't know. I'm trying not to get mixed up into this shit because the dude up in Minnesota, he's a junkie, bro. He's a straight up junkie. And then so is the kid in Charlotte, bro. Like, the kid in Charlotte brought me down there and he was like, I want to better my life. I want to get into stock trading. I want to get into this. I want to get sober. I want to get celibate. I want to get closer to God. And that's how he pitched it to me. And then I got to see how he lived. And this dude is a fucking Molly dealer. He doesn't give a fuck about sobriety. He doesn't care about God. He doesn't care about bettering his life. He doesn't care about any of that. He's 23-year-old man. He literally told me that he acts like he's 21. He told me that he tells these girls at the bars that he's 21. And then I caught him stealing my clothes, stealing my food, stealing all this crap. And I'm like, you do not want to better your life at all. And then he brought a bunch of other people involved just to try and steal my shit. If you guys know any way about doing this, if you guys know any way to get me home, any way to, just anything, any way to help me in this situation at all, please leave a comment. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, sorry for the little after update. My camera died, so I can't put this in the main video, but I can put it in the main video. It's just not going to be in 4K like it should be. Right now I'm on an Android phone. I just wanted to say another thing that has been going on was there's been this, he's kind of like a mini drug lord. His name is Will. He has been trying to undercut my business for the past like 4 or 5 years now. And I'm pretty sure he's also involved in this whole identity theft with Jake and my not so much father. I have no fucking idea what the whole situation is, but it has slimy, schemy bullshit written all over it. It has foul play written all over it. And yeah, that these are just things that I'm trying to tell you guys about so that you guys can just be mindful of it. Make sure that that shit never happens to you guys.